I'm sure you're always tired of saying yes in the same old way, right? Well, you've come to the right place because today I'm going to spice things up for you a little bit with some fun, informal alternatives to yes that you can use in casual British English. These are perfect phrases for chatting with your friends, your family, or colleagues, but nothing too formal today. Let's get started. These alternatives are really fun and you'll often hear native speakers using them all the time in all sorts of conversations. So instead of saying yes, you could say I. And I'm guessing a lot of you watching this lesson might not be aware of this. This one is particularly used in Scotland and northern parts of England. The pronunciation is like I or the letter I, but make it longer. I. So imagine a friend asks you, are you joining us for the hike this weekend? You might say, I wouldn't miss it. I used to work with a Scottish lady many years ago, and every time I asked her something like, Sue, would you like a cup of tea? She would say, I, and I love the accent, but obviously my accent isn't great. But yeah, she was Scottish and she would often say, I'd love a cup of tea. Once again, instead of saying yes, you could say, yeah, go on then. Yeah, go on then. So this is a classic British response that sounds like you're reluctantly agreeing sometimes, but in a friendly way. It's often used after being convinced to do something. So let's say someone keeps asking you all the time to come to the pub and you finally say, yeah, go on then, I'll come for one drink. And sometimes instead of saying, yeah, go on then, we sometimes say, oh, go on then. Oh, go on then. It shows you're agreeing, but you're not overly eager to go. And another response could be, you bet, you bet. This one's more enthusiastic and often used in a way that shows you're absolutely certain about something. So unlike the previous alternative I mentioned. So imagine someone asks you, are you going to Ellen's wedding this summer? And you respond with, you bet, I wouldn't miss it for the world. It's like saying definitely, or of course I'm going to Ellen's wedding, but with a bit more excitement. Another example is, that's a yes from me. That's a yes from me. This is a bit more definite and often used to make your agreement sound more final and confident. So again, imagine you're at a team meeting and someone asks if you're on board with the idea. You might say, that's a yes from me. It's a strong, clear way to show your support or agreement, and we use this response when we want to show that there's no doubt. So I've never seriously used this next response unless I was trying to act young and cool, but I thought I'd include it anyway because there might be some young and cool people watching this video, I don't know. And that is totes. Totes. So totes is a very informal and playful abbreviation of totally, commonly used in casual conversations, especially among the younger generation. Unfortunately, I don't fall into that category anymore. So if your young and cool friend asks you, do you want to hang out tomorrow? You could say, totes, I'm free all day. You can also say, why not? Why not? This phrase is often used when you're open to something, but you're not fully sure about it. It's a way of saying yes, but with a bit of a questioning tone. So again, let's imagine someone suggests going to a new restaurant. You could reply with, why not? Let's give it a go. It's a very casual, easygoing way of saying yes, implying you're open to the idea, but there's no strong enthusiasm either. Just a nice, relaxed response. Another one, I suppose so. I suppose so. This one is slightly more hesitant and often used when someone's not entirely sure, but they're still willing to agree. So again, let's say a friend invites you to a football game, a football match, but you're not that into football. You might say, I suppose so, could be fun. So you're agreeing to go because you think it might be fun. Again, it's more reluctant than a straightforward yes, but still a valid casual response. Okay, I use this next one all the time, and it's could do. Could do. It's often used in response to a suggestion or an offer. So could do is a way of saying yes, that sounds fine, or that's a good idea, but it's a bit more laid back again. It's common in everyday conversations in British English. For example, shall we go for a walk? Yeah, could do. Could do. The next one is a simple sure. Sure is another go-to in casual British English. So again, if someone asks you, should I put the kettle on? A typical response would be, sure, I'd love a cup of tea. And we can also say, all right, all right. It's very casual and often used in conversations with people you know very well. So again, if someone says to you, let's go to the cinema tonight, you could just respond with a simple, all right. Or sometimes we say, all right then, all right then. So again, it's informal and can be used to show that you're on board with something, but again, in a laid back way. And there you have it, 10 different casual ways to say yes in British English. Remember, these are informal phrases and you'll hear them in everyday conversations. If you found the lesson helpful, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and let me know down in the comments section which response you like the most. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you next week. Bye for now.